Welcome. Today we want to talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds.
Yes,
And that's
absolutely.
how to execute a successful career relaunch in a declining economy.
Right.
So when things were looking great, everybody was like, this is a great time to go back to work. It's still a really good time to go back to work. But there are a few things you need to consider.
Right. And number one is to focus on you, put the focus on you and not on the economy.
Right.
Really, like, not get yourself so caught up in that negative mindset of everything is bad and I have to be run by fear in order to get
That's
me
right.
this job.
And just a little bit of education on this. I mean, right now, as we're entering the fall of 2022, we are facing a slight economic decline. You're going to see that really hitting the financial markets. So if you're looking for a job on Wall Street, this is probably not the ideal time. That doesn't mean that there's no hiring going on, but it'll be a little tighter. They'll be a little bit more discerning about job requisitions. But we're coming out of a really tight labor market, meaning that there are fewer workers than there are jobs that need to be filled. A tight job market is the reverse. There are plentiful workers, but scarcity of jobs. We're not there yet. And there's no way that we go from one to the other that quickly. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
So consider that there are always managers looking for good people. There are always ways to work around that. Maybe opportunities for full-time permanent work aren't available, but maybe contract work or part-time work or project work. So keeping that focus inward, being positive, and all of the outward focus, just make sure that you're trying to glean your information from really good, well-vetted, trusted sources.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are a lot of people out there right now that are dispensing what's happening in the labor market, or they're on TikTok and they're telling you this is what's going to happen in the next 6 months. And you can't base it off of that.
And full disclosure, I'm not an economist either, but I mean, it's basic economy that we don't flip the switch that quickly from an abundant job market to a scarce job market. So just making sure that you take a breath, keep your focus inward on doing those things that you need to do to make yourself the best and most desirable hire. And let those other things kind of fall into place.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is to network with the employed. So you want to put yourself around people that are employed.
Right. Or can employ you. Right. So really looking at taking some time to reflect on the industries that interest you and talking to people, finding out, good questions to ask are, gee, where are you guys really feeling squeezed right now? Where is there the biggest growth? Certainly keeping up with trends with individual companies or industries by looking on LinkedIn or Twitter. Those are two really good places to get advance notice, like, wow, we just landed this great account, or wow, we're going to do this big acquisition. When you know that a company is growing or an industry is growing, then it's a good place to be. And you can find that out mostly through people, because that's a much better way to get your information, but also through some online sources.
Well, and it's even getting creative in those conversations, right? Like, is there a way that I could come in and maybe barter for some work, or to grow a skill set back that maybe I'm lacking in, and I know I want to take the time to do that. And then you're expanding your network when you're in there connecting with other people. So,
or proposing an internship.
Right.
To help grow your skills and get in there in a low cost way where you're benefiting because you're learning and they're benefiting because they're getting the expertise that you bring.
Right. Okay. The next one is, it's all about the options. This is a really important point to make, that you could even be in a job.
I always tell our students, until you have been in a job and been paid through the first pay cycle, you should still be actively looking.
Yes.
It's just self-preservation. So it does happen. It doesn't happen often, but we do see even in a great economy, offers verbally made that are not fulfilled. Offers that are given on paper that are rescinded because of nothing that anybody can control. An acquisition, an unforeseen hiring freeze, whatever. So you want to have the options, and your options don't all have to be jobs. They full-time regular jobs. They can be projects. They can be consulting gigs. So just consider options beyond, I just need a full-time regular job. Those other examples that I gave, often, in my experience of like 15 years working in placement, about 70% of those non-traditional placements, the consulting assignments, the projects, end up moving into full-time work. So that's a great way, especially in a time where maybe people are a little more discerning about their hiring, to get a foot in the door.
Well, and I was just going to say, and that's just smart. That's just smart if you're going into, the unknown from the collective economy. It's just smart to be thinking, more creatively.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one is to surround yourself with like-minded people. Oftentimes when there is that fear that's going on, you can go to that side. But really, when you're going after a goal, like a return to work, it's really important that you surround yourself with people that are also going after the same goal. So if you know someone, your sister-in-law, a friend, that is also thinking about a return to work, partner with them, have a conversation with them,
It's so much easier. We're talking about that today. We're doing a talk about entrepreneurship, and we're saying it's a lot easier to do it with a partner.
Oh yeah.
If I'm having a bad day, Kelley steps in, and vice versa. If either one of us has kind of reached our max, the other one kind of sweeps in to take up a little extra.
Or if one of us is going off this way, it's like one of us is pulling us back on it. Yeah.
So there are a lot of advantages. And actually, we have a webinar on our website. It's the first 3 steps in a career relaunch. And the third step is all about creating this tribe of people to support you. And we define 4 specific roles that you need to fill. And you can grab that webinar. We put a link right in the comments box. Watch it. It's free. It's great content.
Yes, absolutely. So there you have it. That is how to have a successful career launch in a declining economy.
And we hope this is going to be something that we can delete soon, because it's not going to be that way for long.
Fingers crossed. So if you liked what you heard today, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button to follow our YouTube channel and get our weekly content that we put out, and like this particular video so that it can get to the top and other people who are looking to get the same kind of information can get it. And also you can find us at our website, which is www.preparetolaunchu.com. Thanks.